miles away, and we only had a minute or two before they were here. "Mom!" I had to at least make her understand about something. "I promise." "I don't want any of your promises." She cut me off. "Tomorrow, I'm sending you away." "You're sending me away?" It was such a ridiculous threat that I smiled in disbelief. "Yes," she said. "There's a place for people like you." "People like me? I think it's called college, Mom. Hang in until fall and we'll get away from each other. Hell, I'll move out. I'm almost 18. "You're almost 18, she said. "And that's why I have a few more days to choose where you'll spend your summer. I've been debating if I should send you there or not, but you could have killed us both tonight. I'm not going to let you hurt anyone else, Ellis." My mother's ashy blonde hair fell in stringy strands over her shoulder around a wan face. It was the middle of the night, and that must be why she looked otherworldly tonight, with her eyes as black as sin in the dim light, as black as my sin. I shouldn't hate her for blaming me for Ash, because I did too, but I desperately wanted her to wrap her arms around me and tell me it would be okay, tell me she still loved me. She just stared back at me. The spell between us was broken by the thumping on the front door. "Firemen." She startled, running her hands through her limp hair as she turned. "I don't want them breaking down the door." She swept towards the door, imperious even in sleep pants and a t-shirt. She turned and glanced at me over her shoulder. One last look, and then she hurried down the hallway. One last look like I was the fire in the walls, a hidden danger that could burst into full flame at any moment. The firemen didn't believe me when I said I hadn't been smoking. My mother had planted the idea in their heads, and it was the only thing that made sense. By the time they left, dawn was breaking, and I was so exhausted that I almost believed the story I'd started the fire with cigarettes myself. Except I'd never smoked in my life. I didn't want to be in that house anymore. As soon as the fire truck pulled away down the street, I sat down heavily on the porch swing. It squeaked back and forth under my weight as the red and white lights faded down the street. The house across the street from me, an enormous gray stone McMansion, was empty. It was being foreclosed on, so I knew no one was watching me through the curtains, curious about the drama at our house tonight. Left alone, I thought about the flames closing in on me while I slept. Despite the distance between my mother and I, she had saved me from the monster that haunted me, the flames that seemed to appear in my wake now. I felt a rush of gratitude as I imagined the way the smoke could have overwhelmed me in the sleep, how I could have slipped away to a dreamland where I would chase Ash forever. I wished I could tell my mother, "Thank you for not letting me die," but I didn't want to say a word to her and have her shake her head and turn away. I would just show her I appreciated her. I would do the dishes and fold the laundry and stop setting things on fire. Somehow. I pulled my knees up to my chest, hugging myself against the morning chill. The first rays of morning light washed the sky with a soft yellow glow over the trees and rooftops. It was beautiful. It always seemed odd to me that the sun kept rising when my sister was dead, and my world was all wrong. I knew I should go to bed, but the thought of walking back into the house, which smelled of smoke and soot, made my chest tighten all over again. What the hell was my mom talking about? I was so close to being an adult. I was going to college in the fall. It was across town, but I had every intention of living in the dorm. I rubbed my hand across my face. My eyes were hot and bleary. And when I opened them again, there was a man standing at the end of the driveway. I pressed the palm of my hand to my chest, almost jumping out of my skin. My heart fluttered wildly, and I could feel its rapid beat through my shirt. Where the hell had he come from? He was tall and broad-shouldered, lean at the waist, dressed in a flannel shirt and dark-washed jeans and motorcycle boots. From here, I couldn't see his face well, but I got the general impression of high cheekbones, a determined jaw, and ruffled dark blonde hair. He was cute. Too bad he was also creepy. I jumped to my feet and made a run for the front door. I'd rather choke on the acrid scent in the house than stay out here with the guy who was staring at me for no reason. At least, no good reason.
"Ellis, wait,"
he said. His voice was low and calm, but somehow I heard it even with the distance between us.